Hey guys and gals, let's unbox and take a look at the City Tower by LEGO City. This is set number 60473. Contains 941 pieces, retails for $209.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for review. So thank you, LEGO. And yes, this is the size of this box. It's very big and massive, so if there's anything indicating how big the set's going to be, this is pretty much a good sign. And there's one thing that's catching my eye, and it's this little trolley here. But also we get a crane, looks like a spaceship, a skateboard ramp, some kind of a garage for a car. Maybe it's an auto shop, we don't know. And right here it says up to 5 builders can build the set together. Well, we'll see. Usually it's more than that, but here's the top here with the figures. I'm hoping that's going to focus in for us here. Doesn't look too bad. And here's the back. And yeah, it just looks like one big massive building, like a bunch of other buildings put together. It looks like maybe it might be modular, so it indeed maybe can be built. But I am eyeballing that trolley. But we also get cars and stuff. There's so much stuff to do here. It looks really fun, and just by first impressions, it looks like we might be in for a really good treat. I'm just dying to see what's inside this box. And this one is taped for our protection. So we're going to have to do all these corners here. And usually that side gives me problems. So yeah, there'll be a lot of build installments with this one. So we're going to flip this thing over like a pancake, and we're just going to lift the top off here. Let's see what we got inside there. Oh, it's that new Lego smell too. Cool. Okay, well, looks like this is probably the building guide. So what I'm going to do is open this up right now. Now I've learned to be very careful because lately I've been getting paper cuts like crazy. So, well, we got several building guides, so this will probably break it down a lot easier for us here. So looks like, yeah, maybe this is a build together. Well, that's three separate builds. Well, that's a lot of stickers for that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so far it says 1 to 5 builders, but I don't know. Let's see here. Where's 5 at? So indeed, this looks like it is broken down. Oh, so maybe 5 through 8. Yeah. I may break this thing down into... We'll talk about that when I do the unboxing. I'm going to break it down to several build installments. How many bags are in here? We don't know. Is it numbered accordingly? Well, we know there's at least 12. So what I'm going to do here is let me find a place to dump this. And if you don't like the bounciness of the camera, I'm sorry. Oh, I could use these. These would make great half pipes, especially for those who know I'm into the skateboarding stuff I used to be. Okay, well, we know now there's a 16 floating around in there. Let's see here. Am I going to order these? No. We got a bag of random bricks and a train track. That might be an indication that we can use this with trains. Okay, it looks like they're individually numbered. Can't really tell. Well, I thought I just saw another 12 in here. I could be wrong. There's 11. Yeah, we just keep coming and coming, don't we? That's the important one there. Oh, well, that answers our question. It does come with the brick separator. Well, we're going to need it with this thing, as big as it is. So it looks like we have 16 numbered bags and a random bag. So that's like 17 bags in total. And we got several building guides, so you can hand these off to your buddies. It says 1 to 5 builders, so what I'm gathering is that these are all separate here. And then 5, 6, 7, and 8, these are just the main build. So somebody's obviously going to get cheated out, but we don't know. Okay. Now, since we know that there's 16 bags, how do I break this down? Well, I looked through the building guides, and we've already distinguished that building guides 5, 6, 7, and 8 are... This right here is all one build, which is this big thing here. Now, I went through it, and I couldn't really tell if it's broken down or not, so I don't know. But the cars in here, let's see if I can get enough space over here. These are all individual builds. Now, what I could do, could I do a manual a day? It depends. It's kind of a, I don't know. I may break it down to a few building guides a day. My goal is probably 5 to 6 build installments, no more. And we have 17 bags, 16 numbered, 1 that's miscellaneous. And I kept them in here for, just to make sure that I gotta go find something here, but to keep tabs of things. So what I'm planning on doing today is break this thing down, and today is the 11th of June 2025. So where do we start with this? I mean, here's bag 2, and if I decide to break this thing down, I'm thinking each vehicle probably has 125 pieces. I may be inclined to do cars in the first build, but see, some of these are pretty small. So what I'm going to propose to do is toss all the bags on the ground that I don't need right now. See how many pieces are in bag 3? That's a lot. I'm going to hang on to that. Don't need 5. Don't need 15. And it looks like everything's individually packed, which is fine by me. Okay. Well, maybe I lied. There's actually 2 individual unnumbered bags. When I do these, I'd have no clue. And you got this floating at the bottom. So I already have all the bags that I might be working on. I don't know if I'm going to break this thing down to maybe 6 installments. I have no clue. I may just break it down into 1 video per installment would be better. That means it's less that I have to film in terms of length, and that means I can focus more, on releasing them faster if I break them down into smaller parts. So I think that's what I'm going to do here, is I may just do each building guide. It would be a lot better. Okay, so it would be a little slower, but we'll see how the time progresses. Well, let's start with bag 1. Let's build it. So I'm not sure how I want to break this set down yet. So we don't know what we're going to be doing here. 8 building guides, I think 8 build installments. Might be dragging it a little too much. But if I decide to do that, that means that I can get part of it done quickly. It'd be more smaller pieces to digest. We're going to keep the smaller parts away from that. Now, one of the things I like to do, if you've watched me for quite some time, is to see if this stuff comes in scuffed. And yeah, this is, I don't have anything that's black. Even that's kind of pitted, but yeah, that's, some of you told me that the pits and stuff do come in when they manufacture the parts. Maybe it's not from transit, I don't know. And just to add a little bit to this set, this was the set I was waiting for coming in. It took about 4 weeks to get it here to the house. It means it's well overdue. It should have been released, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. Well, we can't do nothing about it. So it looks like we're going to be building it looks like a squad car. And build together. That's always kind of cool. We want to build with the family because that's the thing you should do. And we got to get into the bulk bag. So I got to find that now. This is a set that you're going to need to keep track of things. So that's what we need right there, that vehicle chassis. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'm more inclined to break this set down in just individual installments. So that means you can pick the piece you want to watch that I have to have a big massive video. I'm thinking that route would be better. So we're going to start with the minifigure here. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. I think it'd be better to just break it down into smaller chunks and just focus on one building guide at a time. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see how well this goes here. Because I think it'd be better to watch a smaller chunk than something big. So she must be the detective. She's got the handcuffs that I gotta find. So, ooh, lots of little parts. At least it's not so bad. I just got done with the one of the botanical sets, and I'm right now processing part 1. I filmed part 2. I haven't done anything with that yet, and she's done. Not a bad figure. So that's where I'm at on that. Tutorials, I haven't really done much. Now with all the sets coming in late, I don't know. And in addition to that, I'm just kind of trying to stay cool. So I'm trying to do a little bit of everything here. But I'm thinking more and more of leaning towards doing that. Because it would be equivalent to about 4 bags per installment, 4 or 5 bags. And I think building guides might be better. So I think it'd be easy to follow, like building guide, you know, whatever. I think that'd be a lot better for you, the viewer, to follow along. I mean, building cars are so trivial now. So for me, let's... I'm thinking of just keeping it very small chunks. I haven't made up my mind yet. So, yeah. This is the set that I was waiting for to come in. I guess I do have the train that goes with all this. I was going to do the train. I thought, let's do the biggest down to the smallest since these are all late. And we'll do that too. At least it's medium-sized parts. I can survive through that, obviously. I mean, I don't want to be working with tons of tiny parts because that's never fun. And I'm not a really big fan of pre-made chassis like this, but yeah, in a pinch it's fine. And the build seems pretty easy to follow. I wish they put highlights on parts, but we can't get that lucky there. Lego, now you've heard me lecture this a million times. Why the little dinky steering wheels? These have been around longer than I've been on this earth. And yeah, I don't understand that. So yeah, this is the set that has been outstanding for quite some time. We're getting to it now. And yeah, I don't understand what's going on here anymore. I just, are these mirrors? Okay, they are. So, trying to keep the politics out of it, but I just don't like to have to wait for things to come in because somebody tells me I don't really need it. I like this vibrant yellow. It's always really nice to have. Nice, vibrant yellow. Bright. It shows up really well on the camera, so I got this, you know, more and more my front of my hair, bangs, fringe, whatever, is starting to really turn gray and white. So I'm in a color transition right now with the hair. And no, it's not my choice, but I don't mind. Transitions are always good. Alright. And yeah, if you haven't already noticed by now, I'm going to tack the unboxing and intro to this too. Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go take care of something. Alright. Yeah, let's get this going here. So the whole intent today is to just, let's see, I may do a few of these. But the thing about doing them in small pieces is I can sit and stop, take a breather, and film a part. Like, okay, I just filmed, let's say I get this building guide done, right? Okay, I could stop. Now, if it's a building guide with several cars in it, I would just break them down into vehicles. But, you know, like I said, I haven't made up my mind yet. We're only about 10 or so, 12 minutes into this, I don't know. And yeah, I think we're just going to break it down into small portions for your consumption instead of trying to do that. Wow. Gray bricks. I can always use these for campgrounds. Now, Jay, you're not going to part that big thing out. You definitely, I am going to part that out. I almost said a bad word. I'm already starting to part out the deku tree. I already eyeballing those leaf pieces. I have nowhere to put it, so I got to take the deku tree apart. It's already served its purpose of showing you guys and gals, you know, the ins and outs of building that. Can you build both models and such? And yeah, looks like we got some hollow studs. I was supposed to take a nap earlier, and I got done with work and filmed that other set and never got to it. I tried to doze off and just could not doze off at all. So I just, we need the dark gray. Oh, we got an instrument cluster that's printed. So far, no stickers. That's good. I have a feeling that trolley we're going to be building is probably going to be heavily vandalized. Must be the rear then. Not too bad. But no, some of you have been asking me about reviewing these. This is it. Now we're getting to them. We're finally getting to the sets. I know some of you have been kind of commenting about how much more Lego City can they do with crime and stuff. I don't know. I kind of wish Lego City would bring out different types of buildings, like let's say a restaurant or a barber shop or a post office, a billiards room, maybe a game room or something kind of cool. Instead of just the usual, we got to sneak in some police stuff in there. And honestly, I've been seeing enough of that going on around here, so yeah. But what I'm mainly saying is, like, bring out a really good heavy camping set or something, just detailed. Now, I'm supposed to get the friend sets too, but I have not received any of those. So that haven't been said. And yeah, thanks to you guys and gals at the Ambassador Network to help us get through this, because even I was kind of like, where's all these sets at, you know? And the other ones are stuck in customs right now, so there's not a whole lot I can do. And just with this here, maybe that goes there, we don't know. Can you still see what I'm doing? I mean, this vibrant yellow really shows up very well. But I think what we're going to do here, we're just going to do a building guide at a time into this. Because I've already been recording for about 15 minutes in total, around there, I don't know exactly. And I think the best thing is to break it down to where we're not just sitting here watching hours upon hours of builds. It's just too much for some, even for me after a while. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. At first I thought it was one of those types of cars where you pull the parts off and you can switch them around, but those are fine, but they're kind of also goofy too. Now, I have to honestly say, though, about City, they do come out with some pretty good car builds, accessory builds. As far as for complete buildings, no, you got to go through the modular series for that. But I always enjoy building this stuff and sharing my ideas with you guys and gals. That's a printed piece, too. It's probably the only printed part in there. Maybe I'll have to keep a score sheet on how many printed parts these sets have. Usually that's kind of irrelevant there. Okay, we got some 1x1 plates in dark blue. That's kind of a rare color. I don't really see a whole lot of in dark blue. Yeah, that's not a bad little car so far. It looks pretty interesting. This right here would have been a nice standalone set. I know some of you tell me you wish some of these sets were standalone, packs. I kind of agree with you there. Some people don't want to drop over $200 in a build, and for what we're getting here, I'm not even going to judge the price anymore, because everybody it depends on where you live at. Some get Lego cheaper than others. Here in the States now, it's starting to become out of reach, so it's not like I'm going to mention the price per part. But this is printed right here, which is really cool. So if you're interested in making a police car, there you go. It's printed for you. So where's that big sticker sheet? We don't know where all those are going to go. Okay. Yeah, but I like doing Lego. This is my relaxation time. This is where I don't have to look at a computer or anything. I can physically touch something and not have to look at a computer. So some like to look at computers, some don't. And no, I'm not going to grade Lego because the set was late. This was out of their control. It was out of everybody's control. It's not their fault because they made an attempt to send it early. After that, I don't know, and I don't think I want to know. Okay, the blue goes over here and the red goes over here. It goes in there. And I gotta watch the news after this, so I'm gonna do this real fast. Well, I'll take my time anyways, so you get a better view. Okay, so they use these little pieces here as the little side mirrors. Okay. Lego, it'd be nice if you made a 5-stud wide windscreen. But that's asking too much, huh? Well, it's a shame that this one's all pitted. I'm going to rub it and make sure. Sometimes it could just be smudges, but no, that's pitted. So I may go light more on the pitting, I don't know, but to me, a Lego still needs to take better care of packing parts like that. I don't understand why they don't, but okay, well, how does that go on there? Does that hang over the edge? I guess it does. So it does hang over the back. And this one just sits right on the top here. Okay. Kind of cool, huh? We're missing some stuff, though. Missing some tires. Got to put those on there. And yeah, I think I'm going to break these down into small parts. I don't think I'm going to focus too much. Oh, we're not going to have the fancy side? Oh, we are. Okay, I was going to say it only fits one way. Can't chase after the bad guys with only one tire. Well, it's still going to be hard driving it with 2 wheels. You'll have to be scraping the frame. And you know what I forgot to do? Oh, that step's next. And so I forgot to put the hubcaps on. Oh no, we'll do that later. Now, right now I could be building my own stuff, but right now I haven't really got anything prepared. Well, you could still drive it like that with only 3 wheels, so there you go. So yeah, I think we're just going to break this booger down into smaller parts. And then you just stick these on here like that. And It's not too bad, really. Now, if you're building this for your child, they're going to like this. Just for only one build so far, it's kept my interest. I really want to build more. I got chores to do right now. And this is what we have remaining for bag 1. And yeah, it's not too bad. Now, can she sit inside the car? And I'm just going to set her in loose with the handcuffs. Because that's how you're supposed to drive, is with the handcuffs. Well, I'm going to have to take those out of her hand, actually, because I don't want to break them. I'm just going to set her, I'm not going to push her in all the way. And indeed, she does fit inside the vehicle, so that's even better. So you don't have to press her down all the way, and she'll fit in just fine. And honestly, though, it kept my interest. I wasn't bored with this or nothing, but we've only done one part of it. So, I mean, I still got 15 more bags to go. So, we got off light today. I'm going to let you guys and gals off today a little early, but that's not bad. And for me personally, that's a pretty cool build. And before we go here, I want to give shout-outs to all my channel members on my main channel. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and customers who purchased my building guides. I think in one of my other videos I forgot, so I'm going to have to mention that. Sometimes I forget, I get wrapped up in the builds. And thank you for those who've taken the time to subscribe, Patreon, watching my content. I appreciate it. And yeah, so far, not too bad. It's kept my interest. Well, stay tuned. We've got more to build on this.